Hey Dodgers fans, let's talk about one of the most intriguing stories of this season. And honestly, it's been a roller coaster for the Los Angeles Dodgers when it comes to pitching. Injuries have been a nightmare this year, and the team has had to constantly shuffle the bullpen and rotation just to stay competitive. But amidst all that chaos, one name has stood out whenever he's been on the mound: Michael Kopech. This guy's been both a revelation and a headache, the kind of player who can completely change the momentum of a game, but only if he's healthy. Since coming over to the Dodgers at last year's trade deadline, Kopech has shown flashes of brilliance that make you wonder what the team's future could look like if he could stay on the field consistently. When he first arrived, fans immediately noticed a transformation. The Kopech we saw with the White Sox, where he had a 4.74 ERA, suddenly seemed like a completely different pitcher in Los Angeles. Over 24 innings last season, he struck out 29 batters while only walking 10 and allowed just 3 earned runs. That's the kind of dominance that makes a bullpen manager sleep a little easier at night, because you know that when Kopech takes the mound, he can shut down hitters in any inning. And it's not just about the numbers, it's about the presence, the way he attacks the strike zone, the way he looks unshakable even in high-pressure situations. He became an immediate key piece for the Dodgers, contributing significantly to their run all the way to the World Series. But here's the catch. Kopech's time with the Dodgers has been anything but smooth. His career has been plagued by injuries, and unfortunately, that trend hasn't stopped since he joined the team. In 2025, he didn't even start pitching until June because of shoulder impingement that lingered from spring training. And just when it seemed like he was back and ready to dominate, he had to undergo meniscus surgery on his knee, keeping him on the injured list for months. Finally, after a long period of rehabilitation, he was activated again this past Monday. The big question now is, can he stay healthy long enough to make an impact for the rest of the season, and perhaps beyond? The Dodgers are facing a tough decision. If Kopech struggles again or gets sidelined with another injury, the idea of bringing him back next year might be up in the air. Despite all the uncertainty, Kopech's performances when healthy have been remarkable. Even during the intense postseason in 2024, he maintained a 3.00 ERA over 10 appearances, playing a vital role in helping the Dodgers claim their 8th World Series title. That's the level of talent and potential he brings, and it's exactly why fans get excited whenever he's listed as active on the roster. But baseball is a game of consistency, and for Kopech, consistency has been the biggest challenge. Every time he's on the mound, there's a mix of hope and anxiety. You know he can dominate, but you also can't ignore the injury history. It's a high-risk, high-reward scenario, and it's something that keeps analysts, managers, and fans all on edge. While Kopech's future with the Dodgers is uncertain, the team isn't without options. Another pitcher to watch is Kyle Hurt, who has been grinding through rehab after Tommy John surgery. Hurt has been steadily returning through minor league games, and Dodgers manager Dave Roberts has kept the door open for his potential comeback to the bullpen. Hurt's progress is encouraging, especially considering how long he's been sidelined. His ability to contribute, even in a limited role, could help ease the pressure on Kopech and the rest of the pitching staff. If Kopech can stay healthy and Hurt can make a successful return, the Dodgers might finally have the depth they've been chasing all season. The challenge for the Dodgers is balancing talent with durability. Kopech represents elite upside, a pitcher who can shut down any lineup on his best day, but he comes with serious injury risk. That's why every game he pitches is scrutinized. Every outing is analyzed for signs of fatigue or lingering pain. Dodgers fans have become intimately familiar with the push and pull of excitement and concern when it comes to Kopech. You can feel the electricity in the stadium when he takes the mound, but you also know that a single flare-up could end his season. And yet, when healthy, he's a game changer. He's the kind of pitcher who can turn a close game into a confidence-boosting win, and that kind of impact is invaluable, especially in a team chasing championships year after year. Kopech's situation with the Dodgers perfectly illustrates the fine line between potential and risk in Major League Baseball. On one hand, you have a pitcher who can dominate any lineup, whose fastball has the kind of velocity that can make hitters swing and miss at will. and whose slider can freeze even the most disciplined hitters. On the other hand, there's the constant shadow of injury, a reminder that all that talent can disappear if his body doesn't hold up. That's why the Dodgers front office faces such a difficult decision. Do they invest in keeping a player who has proven he could be a difference maker when healthy? Or do they protect themselves from the inevitable risk of recurring injuries? It's a question that doesn't have a simple answer, and it's one that fans have been debating endlessly since the start of the season. Every time Kopech takes the mound, there's a sense of anticipation that you don't see with every pitcher. The Dodgers have had their share of reliable arms over the years, but few bring the combination of sheer power and unpredictability that he offers. He's a closer, a setup man, a potential starter if needed, and he has already shown he can handle high-pressure situations like the postseason. The ability to perform on the biggest stage makes him an invaluable asset, but it also raises the stakes even higher. If he falters, the criticism can be harsh, but when he dominates, it feels like he validates all the hope Dodgers fans have invested in him. Meanwhile, the rest of the bullpen has been doing its best to pick up the pieces whenever injuries strike. That's where pitchers like Kyle Hurt come in. Hurt has been working tirelessly to return from Tommy John surgery, a procedure that has become almost routine for pitchers today, but still requires an immense amount of dedication and patience. He's pitching in minor league rehab games, slowly rebuilding his strength, and showing glimpses of the potential that made him a key prospect for the Dodgers. Manager Dave Roberts has been clear that the plan is to keep options open, and if Hurt can continue to progress, he could add valuable depth to a bullpen that has been tested like never before. The Dodgers' pitching staff this season has really been a story of resilience and adaptation. Injuries have forced the team to shuffle roles, push young arms into high-leverage situations, and constantly reevaluate strategy. For fans, it's been a roller coaster of emotions, watching games where the team dominates one night and struggles the next because a key arm is sidelined. But amidst all that, Kopech stands out. He's the kind of player who reminds everyone why they fell in love with baseball in the first place. The drama, the tension, and the moments where an individual performance can change the course of a game or even a season. And it's not just about wins and losses. Kopech brings energy and presence to the team. His teammates feed off his confidence when he's on the mound, and his performances in critical moments have already etched him into Dodgers lore. Fans remember the clutch strikeouts in the postseason, the way he closed down opposing hitters, and the electricity in the stadium when he took the mound. That's why his injury history is so frustrating. Every time he goes down, it's like a spark goes out, and the Dodgers are left scrambling to fill the void. The team's medical staff and coaches are constantly monitoring him, trying to find the balance between pushing him to perform and protecting his long-term health. The debate around Kopech also highlights a larger issue in baseball today, the challenge of managing elite talent with injury risk. Teams have to weigh immediate impact against future potential, balancing the desire to win now with the need to protect a player's career. For the Dodgers, this means careful consideration of every inning Kopech throws, every pitch he throws, and every sign of fatigue. It's a delicate dance, and one that could define a season. Fans are watching closely, hoping for the best, but bracing for setbacks. What makes Kopech's story so compelling is that it's not just about statistics. Sure, the ERA, strikeouts, and innings pitched are impressive, but the real story is the narrative of resilience, of talent battling adversity. Every comeback from injury, every clean inning without allowing a run, adds to the legend. Dodgers fans have a front row seat to a player who embodies the highs and lows of baseball. The promise, the frustration, and the sheer excitement that keeps people coming back game after game. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Whispers have been circulating across the baseball world ever since the news broke that Freddie Freeman, widely regarded as one of the premier first basemen of his generation, has officially signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Sources close to the team hint at a deal that not only surprised fans, but also sent a ripple of anticipation through the Dodgers locker room. signaling that management is making a serious push for dominance in the upcoming season. Upon his arrival in Los Angeles, insiders described the atmosphere as electric, with teammates reportedly buzzing about Freeman's presence. Conversations in training facilities and local sports circles suggest that his arrival immediately elevates the team's defensive capabilities, bringing a level of consistency and reliability that have been somewhat elusive in recent seasons. Speculation is rampant among analysts who believe that Freeman's leadership and disciplined approach to both offense and defense could reshape the Dodgers' strategy, influencing lineup decisions and defensive shifts. Fans and commentators alike are theorizing about how his integration into the squad will impact pitching staff confidence, as having a dependable first baseman behind infield plays can dramatically change game outcomes. The chatter is not only about his on-field prowess, but also the intangible effect of his professional demeanor, which insiders claim will set a tone of excellence from spring training through the playoffs. Rumors continue to swirl around how the Dodgers' front office plans to fully leverage Freeman's experience and clutch performance, especially in high-pressure situations where his reputation precedes him. Analysts are debating whether his presence alone could catalyze a championship run, as whispers around clubhouse dynamics indicate that veteran players are inspired by his arrival. Social media has erupted with speculation, further fueling the idea that the Dodgers' defensive metrics could undergo a significant transformation, with Freeman anchoring a position that now seems fortified and unshakable. The human wall, as fans are already calling him, is expected to redefine how opposing teams approach LA, both at bat and in strategic planning. Rumors are mounting that his contract includes incentives tied to defensive performance, a detail that insiders hint could push Freeman to heights previously unseen in his career. The narrative circulating through sports circles paints a picture of an electric synergy forming between Freeman and the Dodgers' existing roster, and everyone is eager to witness how quickly this buzz will translate into tangible results on the field. Conversations in local bars, press rooms, and online forums all point to a shared excitement, as if the city itself is holding its breath for the start of a season that promises to be unforgettable. Speculative reports suggest that Freeman's defensive positioning and situational awareness are already being studied intensely by coaches, indicating that his integration could immediately impact in-game tactics, particularly in crucial late-inning scenarios. Observers are now questioning how opposing lineups will adjust, knowing that every ball in play near first base carries the potential for an almost guaranteed out, a development that could ripple throughout the league. Discussions about the Dodgers' long-term plans with Freeman are equally fervent, with insiders suggesting that this move is not just a short-term gamble, but a statement about the franchise's commitment to securing dominance in the National League. Overall, the buzz around Freddie Freeman joining the Dodgers is creating a narrative of transformative impact, both defensively and psychologically, as rumors continue to fuel anticipation of a season defined by heightened intensity and strategic innovation. The arrival of Freddie Freeman in Los Angeles has set off a whirlwind of speculation regarding the Dodgers' defensive schemes and overall game approach. Sources suggest that his presence at first base immediately stabilizes what some insiders have long considered a vulnerable area for the team, providing a reliable anchor that could allow infielders to take more calculated risks. Analysts are buzzing about how Freeman's positioning skills and sharp reflexes could affect double play opportunities, pickoff attempts, and the way opposing hitters approach at-bats. The rumor mill indicates that coaching staff is already reconfiguring defensive alignments, considering the nuances of Freeman's fielding range, footwork, and ability to anticipate plays with near-uncanny accuracy. Conversations around sports media circles speculate on how his veteran savvy might translate into mentorship for younger players, shaping a new generation of Dodgers talent who will learn the intricacies of defensive precision directly from a seasoned professional. Inside sources hint that Freeman's arrival could also alter the psychology of opposing teams, as his reputation as a human wall at first base precedes him, forcing adjustments in hitting strategies, particularly for left-handed power hitters who may have to reconsider line drive angles or bunt attempts. The buzz is not just about his defensive impact. Insiders note that his disciplined batting approach and leadership could influence team dynamics, creating a culture of calculated aggression and consistent execution. Rumors suggest that pitchers are already expressing confidence in having Freeman at first, as his reliable glove reduces mental pressure during crucial innings, allowing them to focus on executing pitches with greater precision. Discussions circulating among baseball commentators posit that Freeman's presence might inspire more aggressive defensive shifts, leveraging his mobility and anticipation skills to cover previously risky zones. Speculation also surrounds how Freeman's integration might affect in-game strategy calls, particularly in late innings when every defensive play carries heightened importance. Local reporters are hinting at potential collaborations between Freeman and the Dodgers' defensive analytics team, suggesting that data-driven positioning could elevate his already elite performance to historically significant levels. Fan forums are awash with theories on how his defensive acumen could become a defining factor in playoff matchups, prompting widespread excitement and debate about the Dodgers' chances. Insider chatter claims that Freeman's preparation routines and meticulous attention to detail are already influencing team drills, instilling a mindset focused on minimizing errors and maximizing efficiency. Sports analysts are predicting that with Freeman anchoring first base, LA could see a measurable drop in opponent batting averages on ground balls, which would mark a significant statistical shift in the team's defensive profile. The rumor mill continues to speculate on potential synergies between Freeman and other infielders, suggesting that subtle changes in positioning and communication could yield outs that were previously improbable. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.